Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Today's video for the hips challenge is going to be just a little bit different. It's going to be more of a relaxing flow. There'll be some rolling incorporated into it, and so be sure if you have a tennis ball, a foam roller, those might be helpful. Additionally, if you would like to grab maybe a blanket and some pillows, even a yoga block if you have it, and maybe even a little weight if you have that as well. I have an 8-pound weight here just because this weight is really helpful for me, but you can grab a 5-pound, 10-pound, whatever works for you. But go ahead and grab all of those things and then meet me on your back on the mat. As you start to arrive onto your back, we're going to spend some time here working on diaphragmatic breathing. So I want you to take your hands to your belly button, close your eyes, and just take a moment and take some natural breaths, inhaling and exhaling. And then I want you to think about your belly kind of opening up like a zipper is opening up as you inhale. So really letting your belly expand on the inhale. And on your exhale, I want you to think about drawing that belly button back in towards your spine and that zipper closing back up. So your pelvic floor is lifting, your low belly and your navel drawing in towards your spine. So we'll keep practicing that here. On the inhale, allowing your belly to expand, letting that zipper open. And on your exhale, pelvic floor lifts, low belly lifts to the spine. You push all of the air out. We'll keep going like that a few more rounds, inhaling. And on the exhale, really drawing that core in, pressing the lobe back to the floor. And we'll take that a couple more rounds. And we'll take one more, inhaling and exhaling. Good. From here, allowing the knees to draw in towards the chest. You can bring your forehead up towards your knees if you would like to. But just letting yourself rock side to side for a second. Squeezing the knees in, feeling that stretch through your low back. And from here, we'll start to rock and roll our way up towards a seat. And once you get there, crossing your legs, coming into an easy seated position. So here, it might be helpful to take a block or some pillows and sit up on it if your hips are a little bit tighter. Really, ideally, wanting to bring the knees lower than the hips. So if we can sit up in order to do that, that can be helpful. From here, active twisting. On the inhale, sitting up tall, press into your sit bones, reach your arms overhead. On your exhale, take your right arm forward, your left arm back. See if you can take a big twist actively. And then inhale back to center. Keep pressing the tailbone down. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Inhaling. Exhaling. Pull the belly button in. Lift the pelvic floor. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good. This time, inhaling. Draw your hands to heart center. And exhale to the other side. Now we're pressing the hands in towards each other. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Good, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This time, twisting to the left side. Take your right hand towards your left knee. Your left fingertips can come behind you as you maybe start to gaze over your back shoulder. Keep your belly button drawing in towards your spine. Keep breathing. Last inhale. And on your exhale, returning to center, twisting towards the other side actively first, and then take that left hand to the right thigh, twisting around toward over that right shoulder. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Returning to center from here. Go ahead and come off of your prop if you're on one. And I want you to take your feet out in front of you with your heels on the ground and your toes lifted up towards your shins. So you're flexing your feet back, You're sitting up nice and tall. Now, this may be a lot of work for you to sit up here in this position. So if it is, I want you to take your fingertips behind you and kind of press your chest up here. Keep pressing your tailbone down, but keep your ribs, your belly coming in towards each other. Then from here, just rotating inwardly, we'll take that right knee inward and then bring it back to neutral. Same thing on the left, inward and back to neutral. And we're just switching side to side here, doing that inward rotation. Okay, let's take a couple more each way. Really pressing that knee down, pressing the heel into the floor. Beautiful. Now here, I want you to do that same thing, but now you're bringing both knees in towards each other, in, and then drive the knees out wide. And we'll do that several more times. Bring those knees in, and then drive them out wide. In, squeeze, and then draw them outside. And we'll do that a couple more. Last one. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Take a moment, straighten out your legs, shake out your legs a little bit. And then make your way into a tabletop position, hands and knees. We'll take some cat and cow here, spine, opening the spine, closing the spine. So thinking about your fingertips spreading nice and wide, index fingers pointing towards the top of the mat. Kind of grip that mat with your fingers. Spin your inner elbows forward. From there, squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull the heart through, lift the tailbone, the head. And exhale, round through your spine as you pull your shoulder blades apart, tuck your tailbone under. Continuing in that way, squeezing, extending through the spine. And exhaling, rounding and curling through the spine. Taking a few more like that at your own pace. And then we'll come back to center. From here, I want you to take your feet just a little bit wider, and then you're walking your hands all the way back into a ragdoll position. So I want you to just hang over your lower body here. Just for a moment, feeling the hamstrings starting to stretch out. But you should feel your belly and your thighs connecting, so if you don't and you feel like your back is straining, I want you to bend your knees a lot and keep lifting the sit bones up towards the sky. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Just release any tension that you might feel in your spine. Beautiful. And from here, go ahead and walk your hands all the way out into a plank position. Bring your feet a little bit closer together, about hip distance apart. And then from there, bend your knees. Lift your hips into your first down dog. Go ahead and pedal it out. And then we're bringing the feet wide again, but turn the toes out a little bit and the heels in from here. From here, we're walking all the way back towards a little Malasana squat. And then you're just going to walk it back forward. We're going to do that a few times. Walking it back, bending the knees, and walking it back forwards. One more time. Walking it back, sitting the hips down, squeezing through the glutes. Breathing here. And then we're walking it out one more time. Go ahead and look forward. Step your right foot outside your right hand and your left foot outside your left hand. Sinking the hips down once again, coming into that yoga squat at the top of the mat. Go ahead and move side to side. Just kind of move in a way that would feel good in your body. If you're up here in this squat, that's fine. Just slowly over time, trying to lower those hips towards the heels. Now that weight might be helpful here if you want to hold it out in front of you and press your knees wide with your elbows. Just a couple more breaths here. Good. If you have that weight, take it to your right hand. Regardless, we're all taking our right hand towards the floor, opening the left arm to sky. Good. Breathing here. And exhale that left hand down. Good. From here, Go ahead and start to lift the hips up. Shake out the legs a little bit. And we'll turn the toes out again, sitting the hips back down towards the floor, coming back into that Malasana squat, knees drawing wide, pelvic floor lifting. Now go ahead and take that left hand towards the floor. See if you can open that right arm to sky. Keep the right knee driving wide. Big inhale. Good. On your exhale, fold forward over your legs, straightening through the legs. You can bring the feet a little bit closer together and move that weight out of the way. Coming back to that ragdoll, shake out your spine. And we'll meet with our fingertips at the back of the head, rolling our spine all the way up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Take a moment here. Go ahead and bring your elbows back, finding some openness through the chest. Ribs squeezing in towards each other. Big inhale. And exhale, let it out. Bring your arms down by your side. Now from here, we'll be doing just a little bit of moving with our breath. Half sun salutation B. From here, sitting the hips back towards the heels, chair pose. Reach the arms long out in front of you, maybe even alongside your ears. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, fold forward over your legs. From here, halfway lift, hands slide up to shins, maybe thighs. Reach your chest forward. And exhale, fold forward. Good. Rising to stand, reach the arms up high. And exhale into chair pose, sitting the hips back towards the heels. Make sure you can see your big toes. Another inhale. And on your exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise to stand. Last time. Exhale, sit the hips back to chair. Inhale here. And fold on your exhale. Halfway lift, squeeze your core in. And exhale, fold. Now grab your block or your foam roller if you have it. Take it underneath your fingertips on the inhale. Halfway lift, reach your chest forward. Now with control, can you press into your left foot? Slowly reach that right heel back behind you. Inhale here. Squeeze your core in, your ribs in. Bring that knee towards your chest. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, press. Last time, exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, press it back. This time, take the toes to the floor. Spin the right heel down towards the floor. Cartwheel your hands into a warrior two position. So here I want you to think about reaching your fingertips long out beside you. Breathe. Now on the inhale, I want you to reach forward. Tap your elbow towards your thigh and reach your right arm alongside your ear. And then inhale, reach up and back, reverse the warrior. Two more. Exhale, extended angle. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale. Last time, inhale. This time back to warrior two. Go ahead and straighten through that front leg. Turn all 10 toes to face the right side. From here, all we're doing is we're going to take a few little good morning type of stretches. So think about your quads engaging here. You may have to bring your feet closer. That's totally fine. Think about lifting the chest on the inhale, and on the exhale, push the hips back as the chest reaches forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale, half. Good. Inhale, lift. Maybe take your arms wide. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lift. This time, fold and stay. Bend your knees as needed. Maybe start to bend the knees side to side. Just kind of make it your own. Just getting a nice stretch through the legs today. Breathing. And then slowly meeting me in a halfway lifted spine. Go ahead and turn your heels in, your toes out. Take your hands towards your thighs, coming into a horse position, kind of moving those knees out with your hands, but still using the strength of your outer glutes to open your legs. You can bring your feet closer if that would feel better in your body. Beautiful, you guys. Take a big inhale here. And on your exhale, slowly release, stand all the way up. Go ahead and turn towards the back of your mat. and take your fingertips down into a runner's lunge. So now your left hand is going to plant onto the mat. Inhale your right arm to sky, and exhale, lower that elbow towards the ankle. Inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, tap the ankle. One more time. Inhale to lift, and exhale, tap the ankle. This time, go ahead and lift up, but then bring that left knee towards the floor. Bring your right hand back and your left arm forward. So you're twisted now towards the right side. Take your hands to prayer. See if you can get any more of an active twist here. Big breath in. On your exhale, can you take that left elbow towards the right knee, right outer thigh, and kind of press that outer thigh and elbow into each other. Finding some big opening here in this twist. Breathing. Last inhale. And exhale, slowly return to center. Go ahead and pivot your way back towards the top of the mat. From here, step forward into a forward fold. From there, halfway lift your spine, flat back. You can move your block out of the way, and on your exhale, step back to the top of a push-up, knees up or down. You're lowering all the way to your belly. From here, go ahead and take your fingertips wide, and your feet can be a little bit wider on your mat if you like. Press into your legs, squeeze your glutes. On the inhale, shoulder blades squeeze together as you lift your chest. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Press down through the hips. And exhale, lower. From here, pressing your way all the way back to child's pose, knees open wide, sitting the hips back towards the heels. Take a few breaths. Coming back to the stillness. It's what yoga is all about. Noticing the difference between the right side and the left side. Knowing that we're going to move on to that other side. Feel free to make it your own as needed. This is your practice. Once you're ready, shifting your way back towards a tabletop. Go ahead and look forward towards the top of the mat. Step forward into your forward fold. From there, taking your block underneath you for later. We'll inhale, halfway lift the spine, and exhale, fold. From here, inhale, rise to stand, reach up high, and exhale, hands to heart. So you know where we're going now. We have to do the other side. So from here, we'll reach the arms up overhead. On the exhale, sit back into your chair. Inhale, lift your chest a little bit, squeeze your core in, and exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift your spine, inhale. Exhale, fold. From here, inhale, halfway lift your spine. With control, pressing into the right foot. Press that left heel all the way back towards the back of your mat. Nice and strong through the core, the ribs. Breathe in here. On your exhale, squeeze your knee in towards your chest. You can use that blocker foam roller to help you. Inhale to press it back. Exhale, squeeze it in. Control through the glutes here as you press it back. And squeeze it back in. Good. From here, pressing that left foot back. Take the foot all the way to the back of the mat. Spin your back heel down, and then reach your arms all the way up into your warrior two. So your feet, your front heel, and your back arch should be in like a nice long line here. Just a few rounds. On your exhale, you're bringing that elbow to thigh. Reach the left arm all the way overhead. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale again, coming back to the extended side angle. And inhale, reverse. Last time, coming to that extended side angle. Beautiful. And reversing that warrior. We'll stand all the way up. Just for these purposes, I'll turn around, but you can face all your toes towards the left side. So from here, this time we're just going to fold forward instead of those good mornings. So I want you to think about your chest lifting high. Squeeze your quads from here. And then starting to fold your chest all the way down towards the floor. That block might be helpful in front of you to take your hands on it and let your head release down towards the floor. Maybe eventually You can lower the block or even move it out of the way and just let your upper body release down towards the floor. Moving through your spine here, maybe bending the knees side to side, just kind of making it work for you. Maybe you sway. Beautiful. Now taking that block or foam roller underneath your fingertips, go ahead and make your way to a halfway lifted spine so your chest is reaching forward, hips reaching back, core nice and strong. From here, take your right hand down towards that block or foam roller. Left elbow starts to lift up towards the sky. Maybe this is where you land. Maybe you reach that arm all the way up. And then on your exhale, switching sides. Left hand hits. Inhale, right elbow reaches up. Maybe that whole hand can reach up. And just switching side to side here, moving through your body, making it feel good in your body. Beautiful. And once you're finished, returning to center, turn the heels in, toes out, horse pose, coming back into this position, moving the knees out wide, squeezing the outer hips. Think about lifting your toes here if you want to, and maybe even lifting onto one heel and then the other. Just finding some mobility through the ankles. Beautiful. Another inhale here. And on your exhale, stand all the way up. Pivot yourself towards the top of your mat. Take your right hand towards the floor. From here, open the left arm to sky on the inhale. And exhale that left elbow down towards your ankle. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, lower it down. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Good. From here, lifting high, take the right knee to the floor. This time your left hand is moving back as the right arm moves forward. From here, take your hands to prayer. Can you twist a little bit deeper through the spine? Good. Option to stay, or maybe take that right elbow outside the left knee and press them into each other. So maybe finding some opening. Maybe your back will pop like mine just did. Breathing into it. And on your last exhale, gently return to center. Go ahead and make your way into a kneeling position from here, sitting back onto your toes. As you sit back here on your toes, just taking a moment, allowing the bottoms of your feet to stretch out. Really, really important to stretch through the bottoms of our feet. Connects all the way up the back of our body, all the way up to the top of the forehead. So if the bottoms of our feet are super tight, then probably parts of the rest of our body will be tight as well. Good. Slowly come out of that stretch. Once you're ready, kind of tap your toes onto the floor. And then if you have a tennis ball, you can take that. It might be a little bit intense here because we're taking it behind our knee, and we're going to start to kind of smash out that calf. So I just want you to think about kind of sitting back onto that tennis ball, pressing it down onto your calf. You can kind of come in and out of it if you would like to. But you'll probably feel this pretty quickly, sort of like I am. Sorry, cat, can you move? Thank you. All right, so you can move it back as needed and just kind of find those areas that need that extra love. Now, if this is too intense, then what you can do is take a blanket or a pillow, something a little bit softer, and you can still get that sensation of smashing that calf. So with your blanket, you can take it flat, you can roll it up, make it into more of like a roll and smash, but just kind of finding what works for you here. I'm going to continue with the tennis ball, but you do you. We'll take just a few more breaths on this right leg. And then once you're ready, we'll move it to that other leg, finding that same sensation on the other side, just kind of moving through, massaging out that calf. I know this one can be intense, so just take it slow at your own pace, breathe through it. Great job, you guys. Now you can release that ball to the side, and then I want you to take your foam roller, starting with the foam roller on our calves, just like we had that tennis ball just now. We're just going to take a moment. If you want to do one calf at a time, you can do one at a time, but just kind of rolling through the whole calf now. I like to do both at the same time. It's a little bit less intense for me. So just finding what works for you. But you should be lifting your butt off the floor. If you need extra sensation, you may not need that. You can just keep your butt on the floor and roll here. Totally up to you. But we'll take just a few more breaths here, and then we'll start to move it around onto our hamstrings. So once you're ready, moving that foam roller up a bit, you can take it maybe behind one of your hamstrings and just going nice and slow, finding a bit of a roll here, moving through that entire leg, all the way up towards that bottom of the glute and all the way down above the knee joint. Good, and then we'll start to take that roller underneath more of the glute area. So now kind of traveling a little bit more forward, maybe onto the side of that foam roller, but just finding those areas of tension, seeing if you can breathe into them as we roll here. Maybe even moving on to like the side of your leg, your IT band area. Just listening to your body, noticing the areas that need the most attention. Good, and then we'll switch to that other leg once you're ready. And take your time here. Feel free to pause this video as needed. Just taking some time on the other leg. Breathing into it. Making sure you hit all of the different parts of that leg that you did on the first side. And then once you're finished, you can move that foam roller out of the way and take your tennis ball again. This time we're taking it underneath our shoulder blade. So you can take it underneath, sort of in between your spine and your shoulder blade. So you're not taking it underneath the bones, but more so the muscles in between the spine and the shoulder blade. And then once you get there, I want you to find an area that feels pretty tense or tight, kind of tracing around that shoulder blade. And then see if you can take your arm out towards the side. And you're just going to start to flip your palm up and down, up and down. Seeing if you can move that arm a little bit, maybe even taking it further overhead and all the way out to the side, making like a snow angel arm. Or just finding some opening through the shoulder blade, the chest. You may hear some things pop and crackle. And then once you're ready, you feel ready to move it a little bit more. You can move it up, kind of moving it around that shoulder blade. Maybe even squeezing your elbow down. Just kind of finding movement through that arm, finding freedom through the back of that shoulder. And once you're ready to move it up again, moving it up, closer up towards the top of the shoulder blade. Just finding that freedom through the arm. And once you're finished on this shoulder blade, we'll take it all the way over to the other shoulder blade. Starting maybe at the bottom of the shoulder blade. And finding that first area of tension, just kind of seeing where it is, and then taking that arm to the side, just starting with flipping the palm up and down. And if that's okay, maybe starting to take that arm up and down. Finding what works for you, finding those tight spots. And then we'll take that tennis ball up a little bit higher, up that shoulder blade. Breathing into it first, and then maybe finding that movement through the arm, or you can just keep it still, whatever works for you. And eventually making your way up towards the top of the shoulder blade. Stopping at any points that feel sticky or knotted up maybe. Once you're finished, you'll just simply move that ball off to the side. From here, I want you to see if you can grab opposite shoulder blades, so like so. And then as you're grabbing those opposite shoulder blades, you're lifting yourself up off the floor. So it looks like this. And once you get here, we'll just stay, seeing if we can breathe. Keep your ribs coming in, your low belly coming in. And gently releasing once you're ready. From here, if you need to move back on your mat, you can go ahead and move back. And you'll want to keep your pillows nearby if you have pillows, maybe just your yoga block if you have that. I'm going to start to relax a bit now. So we'll make our way onto our back. We'll draw that right knee in towards the chest and interlace your fingers behind the right leg. On the inhale, press the heel towards the sky. And on the exhale, point the toes, squeeze that heel in towards the glute. Inhale to press. Exhale to squeeze it in. Inhale, press it out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Good. This time, inhale, press it out. Staying here, maybe grab behind the calf or the shin. Maybe even grab onto your big toe with your peace fingers and hold here. Or finding a stretch through the back of the right leg. Keep pressing your tailbone down towards the floor. And keep breathing. Couple more breaths. Good. Once you're ready, gently release that foot back down. Same thing on the left leg. Interlacing behind the left leg. Go ahead and press the heel towards the sky. And on your exhale, point the toes. Squeeze that heel in. Inhale to press. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale to press. Exhale, squeeze it in. One more time, press it long. And staying here, breathing into it, maybe grabbing behind the calf, still pressing the tailbone towards the floor. Maybe you can grab onto your big toe with your peace fingers. But make sure there's a tiny little micro bend in your knee, especially if you hyperextend like I do. And breathing into it here, a few more breaths. Beautiful. Coming back to the middle. Go ahead and take your pillows, you can place them underneath your hips, so lifting your hips up like you would place a yoga block there, whatever we do in class. And then we'll take the right ankle over the left thigh. Now, option to stay here and just press that right knee away from you. That might actually be a better option if you need a little bit more internal rotation. From here, you can also take your hands and interlace behind your left leg, but keep pressing the right knee away from you. So we're in a figure 4 stretch now, finding some calmness here, finding your slow, deep breath. Perfect. Maybe straighten through the left leg if you want just a little bit more. Maybe even cradle that right knee in with your arm and your hand. Just finding some openness through the back and the hips. And gently release the left foot towards the floor. Straighten out the right leg, bend and straighten that knee if you need to. And we'll take that same stretch on the other side, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh, pressing the knee away. Finding a bit of a stretch here, and maybe taking the thread the needle option if you like that, but keep pressing the left knee away, flexing the left toes. Deep breaths. Back to the stillness. That's what yoga is all about. We prepare our bodies for the stillness. Beautiful. Once you're finished, releasing both feet towards the floor. Option to stay here with your knees bent and your hips lifted. Maybe even straighten your legs out and find a nice deep stretch through the hip flexors. I want you to close your eyes here, take a moment, allow yourself to come into the stillness. We'll keep our hips lifted for just a few more breaths. And once you're ready to, you can start to remove the pillows from underneath you, move them out to the side. Take your feet towards the corners of your mat. Go ahead and start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Moving the knees closer towards the floor. Beautiful. And eventually we'll pause with our knees moving towards the right side. So taking a twist towards the right. Option to take your right ankle towards the top of that left thigh and find a gentle press down that knee towards the floor. Breathe into the front of your left hip. A few more breaths. Once you're ready to, you can gently release that right foot. Slowly bring your knees back through center. Twist to the other side now. And again, option to take the left ankle over the right thigh. Breathing into it here. Finding that strong, deep breath. And eventually making your way back to the middle. Take a moment here. Bring your knees, let them fall in on each other. Take your hands back to your belly button. as we pause here for our final relaxation, allowing that relaxation to come over you like a wave, like an ocean wave, starting at your feet and moving up through your legs, imagining your whole lower body relaxing just a little bit more as your spine feels heavy on the ground and your shoulders start to relax, your arms and hands. Allow your neck, your head, your face to just soften, feel heavy here on the floor. Focusing in on your breath for this last little bit of class. Take a moment and allow your awareness to come back to your body. Feel free to shut this video off and stay here as long as you'd like. Coming out slowly once you're ready to. A little bit of gratitude for you. Thank you for practicing with me today. I'll see you next time. Namaste.